Hi everyone, this is your weekly horoscope for Monday the 3rd of June going through until Sunday the 9th of June 2019. Thanks for joining me. This looks like a really fun week. We've got two major change in sign this week. We've got Mercury going out of Gemini and moving into Cancer. So Mercury, the communication planet, becomes much more concerned with its feelings and love and romance and taking care of other people. And then Venus, the planet of love and beauty, moves out of the sign that it rules, Taurus, and it goes into Gemini. So love becomes much more inquisitive and the pace picks up and it's curious. So this has a really nice positive energy to it, the week. I'm going to give you a day-by-day rundown, and I'm going to talk about how the planets form relationships with one another and how that affects all of us here down on planet Earth. Astrology being based on as above, so below. So this horoscope is for all signs of the zodiac. It's for everyone who watches. If you like my videos, please hit the subscribe button. That would be great. And also the times that I talk about are London, UK time, so British summertime. So just bear that in mind when you're taking that into account, the time difference wherever you are. So on Monday the 3rd of June we have this new moon in Gemini happening at 1 minute past 11 in the morning, and I've made a separate video on this. Have a look at it. It's the new moon is when the moon is pitch black and it pulls loads of energy in to start its new monthly cycle. And when it's in Gemini, it pulls in communicative, really light energy. Gemini is an air sign, so it's about the way you think and the way you communicate and the way you talk to yourself and to other people. But in the video I go into more detail and it forms aspects with other planets like Pallas Athena, for instance, which really make this a special event, which gives you the opportunity to be super inspired and to really get some unique, amazing insights and inspirations which you can really use to your advantage. So check out that separate video I've done. Now the moon also opposes the good luck planet Jupiter in Sagittarius, and it squares Neptune, the water planet of dreams and intuition, and that's in the sign that it rules, Pisces. So you're gonna have a heightened sense of fun. You'll want to learn, you'll want to do things differently. You'll notice that you just have spiritual downloads without even trying, so you don't need to sit there and meditate. It's just a day where you feel very porous in the sense that information just is absorbed into you. You're a natural sponge and you just get ideas coming in quick and fast, and you're also able to keep up with it. So expect to be really sharp and to think really quickly and to be able to keep up with the pace. You're going to be inspired to try new ways of doing things, new ways of talking, communicating, presenting yourself, and living your life. So again, have a look at that separate video for more info. With Neptune and Jupiter in the mix, the ideas they're going to come through wherever you are. So you don't need to go anywhere to find knowledge. Wherever you are, the ideas and the information is going to find you. So, you know, you don't need to go to this special holy place to get the answers, or you don't need to do anything special to be inspired. You're naturally just going to tune into that energy. So Monday is really positive because you're just going to be full of ideas and you're going to be bubbly and interested in things, and you'll be talking to other people about your discoveries, and it's going to be fun. And it's a good opportunity to connect and socialize. On Tuesday, the 4th of June, the moon now moves into Cancer at 18 minutes past 5 in the afternoon. So the moon in Cancer is more in touch with its feelings. And it's about, the Cancer is the most family oriented of the signs. So it's about taking care of other people. It's about being creative and being in touch with your feelings, being creative, imaginative, listening to your intuition, your gut feelings, your you know, your intuitive senses. And Mercury, the communication planet, also moves into Cancer on the same day. So the way you feel and the way you think are both in Cancer. So it's really all about the emotions and feelings in other people. So the mood changes totally from Monday, which was like really quick. And on Tuesday here, you're not so interested in logic now. You're more connected to your emotions. So the psychic, intuitive and imaginative side is really heightened, but what's also heightened is the tendency to take things more personally and to take things the wrong way, so getting your feelings hurt. So be careful about that. You know, if you're talking to someone, we all have certain trigger points. If someone just says something to us, it can remind us of something that was really painful in the past, and they may just say it in passing, but you're just like, oh, that hurt, yikes. It's like a punch in the stomach. So if it's not said maliciously, if it's just said in passing, and if there's any doubt that someone wasn't deliberately trying to attack you verbally, then just don't read into it, because you're gonna get yourself into like this emotional downward spiral. Let it slide and give people the benefit of the doubt when it comes to communication and getting your feelings hurt for the next 3 weeks while Mercury, the communication planet, is in Cancer, because you will be more sensitive during that time. On Wednesday the 5th, we've got the Cancer moon sidling up to Mars in Cancer, so it conjuncts Mars. Mars is the soldier, it's the male planet, and that in Cancer is like a male nurse. That trines Neptune in Pisces, so the water planet, so everything is in water here. The moon, Mars, which is the red planet of drive and energy and ambition and masculinity, also in water, and so is the dream planet, and they all oppose Saturn in Capricorn. Saturn is the head teacher. In Capricorn, it's in the sign of the worker, the sign that it rules, and it's about structure and foundation and solidity. So it's feelings versus things on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, do something nice for yourself, hang out with friends. If anyone in your life is a mystery, make a date with them on Wednesday, because they're really going to be much more chatty than usual, and they'll open up about their feelings, about where they're at in life. Don't be worried about the structures of your life so much. You're not going to be so interested in those things like money and the bills. It's not going to weigh heavily on you. So use this day to have fun and to treat yourself to something nice, because a lot of people spend a lot of their time worrying about the mortgage and how they're going to get by and things like that. And when you do get the opportunity like Wednesday to actually tap into the positive, fun, enjoyable side of things, then really use that opportunity to have a good time and to say, I'll worry about this tomorrow. It's not going anywhere. I'm not telling you to be irresponsible, but you can deal with, worrying isn't going to help anyway. Worrying is just a meditation on the negative, and it just makes negative situations more difficult. So forget doing that anyway. But if you pay something on Wednesday or Thursday, it's not earth-shattering. It's not going to make a huge difference. Now on Thursday, the 6th of June, the moon goes into Leo at 17 minutes past 8 in the evening. And the moon in Leo is now much more emotive in the sense of the self. So I want to be in the spotlight. I want to hear a round of applause. I'm confident. I'm having fun. I'm spontaneous. It's like summertime. It's like August. It's running around on the beach and building sandcastles in the sand and having a good time, enjoying yourself, being in the limelight and not being worried about that at all. In fact, enjoying the attention. So the Leo moon then trines Chiron in Aries. Chiron is the wounded healer, so it forms a happy relationship with the wounded healer. And they square Uranus and Taurus. Uranus is chaotic and it's the unpredictable, and that's in an earth sign. So Thursday is a really sensual day where your passions run really high, and you're going to want to express your love and excitement for things and people in your life. So if you're creative, start getting the paints out and start splashing them around. If you're in love, and if you're in a new romance, find time to celebrate together and to just enjoy this happy time. It's a day to heal through love, and it's a day to heal yourself by engaging in activities that you love to do and that bring you joy. So for little kids, it is building sandcastles on the beach. If you're in a new relationships, it's about rolling around in the hay. If it's if you are creative, then it's about, you know, creating a masterpiece. If you're really intuitive and you're a healer, then it's about gathering all of your healing energy and channeling that and passing it on to other people. So Wednesday and Thursday are really awesome. They're really great days to have fun and to just let loose and to not be confined by the usual structures of your life, but to just run riot and to really have a good time. On Friday the 7th, the moon is still in Leo and it still trines Chiron in Aries. So again, healing by putting yourself in the limelight, by having fun and enjoying yourself. It sextiles the sun in Gemini, and the sun is your identity. In Gemini, it wants to try new things. It's inquisitive, curious. It's really looking at the future and how it can try new things. The communication planet Mercury is still in Cancer, very emotive, and that sextiles Uranus in Taurus. So it's unpredictable in a sense, and it squares Chiron in Aries. So we've got the moon having harmony with Chiron, the wounded healer, and we've got the communication planet squaring Chiron, the wounded healer. So the way you feel works with the wounded healer. The way you communicate and think is at odds with the wounded healer. So it's a very slight difference, but it has an impact in the sense that you need to focus on balance, self-discipline and self-control, because you may get great news or you may get some bad news, or you may get both, or you may get something internally that bubbles up inside you and makes you feel amazing, or it may go the other way and something inside you is just grumpy and so you don't know which way it's going to go because of Uranus. Excuse me. So don't let your feelings totally run your life, okay? So don't be totally influenced by these things. Realize that nothing is permanent, especially things like this, and that you're able to deal with whatever comes up and whatever comes your way. So if it is good news, hooray, celebrate it, but don't go off the deep end. And if it's bad news as well, then it's like, okay, not the best thing that I wanted to hear, but you know, I can deal with that. Also, if you just feel crappy on the day, then do things that will make you feel better and realize that it is temporary. If you feel amazing, then yes, make use of that and enjoy yourself again. But try and find some balance. It's kind of like you can feel so good that you're almost manic, and if things go the other way, you can almost feel a little bit flat or a little bit down even. So meet yourself in the middle somehow. And the best way I've found to kind of balance the emotions and the thinking side of things, because it's very nuanced, isn't it? It's very kind of like, ooh, there's a square between Chiron, and my thinking works with the wounded healer, and my feelings, they square, and da, da, da. It's really kind of very, it's very niche. It's very, we're talking about sensitive, very subtle energies here. So meditate, just take a moment to go within, to get in touch with yourself and say, okay, where am I? and then try and find that equilibrium. You know, like those builder things, they have those things. They have those, they look like rulers, but they have water in the middle and a bubble. And when you put them down, when the bubble is between the two lines, you can see that something is straight, it's an even surface. If it's like that, then the bubble is on the one side and you can tell that it's unbalanced. So try and keep your bubble within the two lines, your emotional bubble, okay? On Saturday, the moon goes into Virgo at 10:46 in the evening. So that immediately brings you some balance, because Virgo is about, okay, let's analyze this information and not be emotional about it. Let's make sense of all of this. And Venus, the planet of love and beauty, goes into Gemini. So that's really great, because both those signs, Virgo and Gemini, they're both ruled by Mercury. When Mercury is in Virgo, it's on the inward position, and it's like a sponge. It says, gimme information, and it downloads that information and it makes sense of that info, and it makes meaning. When Mercury is in Gemini, it's about, let me take this meaning and express it and communicate it and find new ways of expressing it and find new media to express it. Like, you know, when you go into a museum, like 20 years ago, you went into a museum and it was just like pictures and writing. These days they have the interactive corner, they have the video section, and then they have the section where you can put your hands in and you can feel stuff, and then they have the audio experience, and it's very, very virtual reality, and it's very nuanced now, and it's very much based on the fact that we have multimedia and that we experience things in different ways, and that people learn in different ways. Some people are more visual, some people are more focused on text and reading and learning, all that stuff. So Saturday, communication is everything to you. So Zana, on my Instagram account, Gregory Scott 444, you are going to be very happy, because yesterday I was making videos and I went outside afterwards, and I walked around the corner and there was a reggae festival on here where I live in Brighton, and I went on my Instagram live and I filmed it, and there's this one guy, Zana, on there who follows me on Instagram, and he was talking about being super attracted to mercurial looking guys. So Zana, you're gonna have a great day, because you're gonna meet the mercurial guys that you like so much on this day, because they're gonna be coming out of their holes. They're going to be exiting their houses and really feeding off this energy, because this is the most mercurial kind of communicative energy there is. So if you're single and if you're looking, Zana, then go on a date or get out and do stuff on Saturday. And if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, for most of us, the weather's been really great, and a lot of people don't work on Saturday. It's a great opportunity to just enjoy this time of year, to enjoy the long evenings, to enjoy the sunshine. If you're by the beach, enjoy that. If you're in the hills, go for a hike, go for a walk, have a barbecue, have a little party in your garden, in your backyard. Put the radio on and have some friends over and, you know, grill some veggie burgers or whatever you're into. It's a day to party and to enjoy yourself and to communicate and to have fun. So both the moon and Venus are in these communication ruled signs. So love, a sense of well-being and a feeling of ease and comfort, and those all arrive via communication. So by sitting around with friends and talking to them, that's how you're going to feel comfortable and at ease, and that's how you're going to suddenly feel like, oh, I just love being here. I'm just loving this event. And it builds from ease and comfort and relaxation, and then it builds into a sense of well-being and happiness, and then it can raise and raise and raise its vibration to really feeling the love and the joy, and it's a great day. It's a really fab day. So really surround yourself with people you like, and just talk and allow yourself to be open, and to let other people into your life and to share your experiences, all of those things. So this is a fab day also for writers, for presenters, for lovers, for painters, for psychics, for mediums, anyone who wants to express something. It's perfect for you. You're all going to be able to get your point across flawlessly. Okay? Finally, on Sunday the 9th of June, we have the Sun squaring Neptune, and that happens once a year. Neptune is the water planet of dreams and intuition and the psychic senses and dreams and symbols, and sometimes it can be the fog of, you know, the veil that separates this dimension and the higher realms. And when the Sun forms a square with Neptune, I've got this in my natal chart. If someone asks me, am I psychic? I look at what the Sun and Neptune are doing, because when the Sun and Neptune are opposed, that person is really intuitive and psychic, but it always feels like it's something external to that person. When it's squared, like in my chart, it's a constant negotiation. That's why I use tools like the tarot and astrology, because I look at the symbols, and then through those symbols I get the messages through, and I negotiate them with the divination systems I have, and then intuitively I arrive at meaning that I feel really confident about. And when the Sun and Neptune sit together, when they're conjunct, those are the people who are so intuitive and so psychic that they often don't even notice it, because it's just part of their makeup. They pick up the phone and they go, "Hello Susan, how are you?" without caller ID, obviously. That would be cheating. Okay, so that square only happens once a year. So again, you're going to be flooded with imagination and psychic and creative ideas, very similar to the new moon in Gemini at the beginning of the week. So if you find yourself this week just overwhelmed with ideas, watch that video on the new moon, because it gives you instructions on how to deal with all of that information and what to do with it. We've also got a Virgo moon on Sunday, Virgo being a sponge of absorbing info, that trines Uranus and Taurus. So it's in harmony with the rebel planet. It squares the Sun in Gemini. So the moon and the Sun are kind of at odds with each other. So identity versus feeling at ease. There's communication going on there and a discussion. The Virgo moon also trines Saturn in Capricorn, so sense of feeling grounded and foundation is there. And it squares Jupiter in Sagittarius, so I don't want to go anywhere. It's all good. So you'll be able to make sense of all of this information that you're getting in, and you're going to be able to translate those things into practical ideas that you can use to solidify your position and standing in the real world. So financially, in love, in your career, in matters of health, all of those things, you're going to have ideas, and you'll find it quite easy to apply them to those areas. So listen to your guidance, and really you can't go wrong here on Sunday. If you feel like, I've never had an intuitive moment in my life, I am all reason, all logic, this week you'll notice that it's like, it's a fun week. It's really about feeling good. It's about being inspired, being able to use that inspiration to make things better for yourself in the real world. It's about enjoying other people. I haven't mentioned anything about arguing, about worry. Well, I mentioned that you're not going to be worried, especially on Wednesday. I haven't mentioned conflict, fear, nothing. This is one of those weeks where things are good. And when things are good, it's clever to make use of that, because we don't always have wonderful energy floating around, and it's important to make use of the good energy when it's there, and to say thank you and to enjoy it. So have a fabulous week. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. I use astrology, tarot, and numerology in my personal readings. I can answer any questions you may have about life purpose, vocational aptitudes, love, finance, where the best places to live. To draw up your birth chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. And if you don't have the time of birth, then please order a chart rectification with me. That's a simple process where I work out your exact time of birth. We give you we send you something that I need from you. I need 10 or more life events, and then by having that information, I adjust your chart and I work it out so that I get the exact time you were born at. So if you don't have your time of birth, get in touch with me for that. Then once I have your chart, I can read your chart and answer any questions you may have. And I can also look at what's coming up for you in future. So if you are interested in any of that, then order your reading on gregoryscott.com. Have a lovely week. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll speak to you next week.